So here's the part where we're gonna see who won E3 in our opinions. If there's a such a, first of all,
let's go with scores.
First of all, no matter who wins in three, there's one person who always wins E3, and that's the gamers.
Yeah.
We always win E3. I mean, you know what I mean?
Well, do we really win?
It depends.
Because my pocketbook doesn't.
Oh no, pocket doesn't win. But
my bank
17
account says what the fuck.
I think over the past year our bank account has said what the fuck multiple times anyway. So if games are the only thing,
my bank account is just used to being poor. It's just like you're so poor. This is just when I get money, I just like, dude, you got money. I think my bank account's like, even my bank's like, hey man, you got money. We don't know what. Has somebody like stolen your account and just dropped like money in there by accident?
I think my bank account's is pretty much like, again, dude. After all the tournaments and everything, you're like, so again.
Yeah.
It's like, so another 1,000. Is that what you like? Where is this even coming from? No questions.
It's a good man.
All right. So in our opinion, this is how I want to do it. I want to do it like this. Let's say who won E3, who had the best conference. We'll do scores. We'll do scores first.
Yeah.
And then we'll explain. So who had the best show and who we think won E3.
Okay.
Now let's do scores. So I guess I'll go first.
Okay. We're just doing the big three, right?
We're just doing the big three.
Okay.
Nintendo, I mean, they get the basic 6.
Yeah. Okay. What is our scoring?
I guess 1 through 10.
1 through 10.
Being good, really good. And
I was gonna do letters. What 1 through 10 sounds good to me.
I think 1 through 10 is a little bit better. You know what I mean? So I mean, I think I like letters too. Let's do letters.
Letters it is. Okay.
So as far as Nintendo, I give them a C for satisfactory, and they bring out Star Fox, which they were supposed to do. Yeah. They did not show anything about Zelda, which I was a little pissy about. Mm-hmm. And I was about to give them a D, but then they surprised me with Paper Jam.
Yep, Paper Jam.
So I was like, you know what? And then the day before that, we had the news about Ryu.
Yep.
Joining Super Smash Brothers,
which we gotta talk about getting that.
Yeah, exactly. Like, we're gonna get it. Yeah, and so I thought that was pretty dope, and it's out right now. Exactly. Yeah. So with all that, Nintendo did what I thought Nintendo would do. So high C, but not a C plus.
All right. I would give them a C plus.
Yeah.
A lot better Nintendo Direct than they've had in previous years. Most of the Nintendo Directs are boring as fuck.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the little puppet show. That was actually really entertaining.
You know what?
For me.
I have to say C plus too, only because Miyamoto came out and showed his like day one drawing.
The day one drawing of Mario did it for me.
Yeah.
And
him
going to the Japanese temple that was near his like childhood home and talking about Star Fox.
Yeah.
Star Fox really did that. Like, it was so good. So that kind of like bumped it up from like it's Nintendo to like, oh, they get a C plus for
Platinum should just be a first party game studio by now with them. Come on.
They things I didn't care about, fucking Metroid, Zelda. But things I did care about, Star Fox, Paper Jam, of course, Woolly World. That looks like a lot. It's a lot of fun.
Woolly World looks like fun. I will
Except
say
for the skin suit Mario, that's a little weird. And FE and Fire Emblem. Fire
Emblem looks dope, but then they lost me with fucking the villagers and
they lost me with Animal Crossing Animal Crossing Party. That's where they lost me.
I'm like, I can't get jiggy with this shit.
I don't want to play a fucking board game where I gotta have pieces to play the board game on a video game that shouldn't require that.
And then the fact that the what's it called, the
amiibos.
Amiibos are every fucking where.
Yeah,
everywhere. I'm like, is this fucking Skylanders or is this fucking Nintendo?
Next up would be which one? I'll let you choose, Mr. Bias Man.
Let's do Bethesda.
Oh, big three.
Big three. Okay, big three. Let's do Microsoft.
Microsoft first. Okay.
Conference. I think their conference, they got a B.
Yeah. I can agree with that.
They got a B.
I would give them a B. for the fact that they showed off some really, really cool stuff. HoloLens.
They had a really good conference.
Halo was really cool, but it wasn't like the biggest thing in the world to me. Mm-hmm. The HoloLens and Cutboy kind of did it for me. Mm-hmm. Like Cutboy looks like really, 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 really cool.
I mean,
and the HoloLens, fucking, if I had copious amounts of money that I could just throw away, if I could just be like some rich guy,
we're getting a HoloLens. I don't know how much it's gonna cost, but we're getting a fucking HoloLens.
So HoloLens was really, really cool.
You could charge a HoloLens and bring it with you.
Yes, you can.
So that's even
Rare
Replay.
Rare Replay was actually quite interesting, but it wasn't like the big like, oh my god.
Yeah. I mean, as far as content goes, what are we
yeah,
trying to get to that?
Well, yeah.
Yeah. All right, but as far as just press conference, they're gonna be. They're like the worker. They got the everything's working well. Mm-hmm. Everything's good. Everything
much better than last year's E3. It was better than last year's.
I think that last year's E3, their conference was better than it was this year.
Yeah.
Like I would have given them. I would have gave them an A for their conference last year. But I give them a B for the conference this year.
And what was you giving Sony? Dear God.
They had a horrible conference last year.
It was bad for them. Last year it was bad for them.
I think if
because whatchamacallit left. What's his name? The freaking president that was president at the time. Mm-hmm. He fucking left. Yeah. So with the new president, it was just like.
As far as conference, last year I would have gave Xbox a B and Sony a C for conference.
Though. They were a lot weaker last year, but I still would have. They were still kind of comparable to me last year.
Last year, for one, Xbox changed their president. They changed their image. They changed their message. They came out exclusive.
Oh, I told you.
Big party games.
I told you what the main problem that Xbox has been having since they've been in the gaming industry is. Their marketing sucks.
But like I said, last year was the year that
they actually stepped up their game.
And then on top of that, after the E3 press conference, Phil Spencer had a questionnaire section and everything like that. Like it was just like information on information.
They stepped up their game.
Last year was like blown away, socks off. I almost they got a B+ last year. Like it was just like balls to the wall. Like I said, this year it was good.
So,
but it wasn't
that wasn't the greatest thing.
Yeah. I mean, besides HoloLens.
Yeah.
Besides HoloLens, and I'll say
HoloLens really was the only thing that like really jumped out at me, and Cutboy looks like it's gonna be a shit.
HoloLens.
So you gotta get Cutboy so we can fucking like.
Yeah. HoloLens, Cuphead.
Or Cuphead. Why did I say Cutboy?
Seeing the party system in a Halo was dope. And the surprise of
I've seen like the Halo thing was just like it's Halo.
But for Halo, for me, like Halo's always been you're a Master Chief and you're doing it by yourself.
You didn't play Halo 2 or 3 then?
Yeah, I did.
Arbiter for Halo 2.
The Arbiter you have missions with the Arbiter.
The Arbiter missions were a lot more fun. Halo 3, you had 4-person co-op in that one as well.
Halo 3
was it two-person co-op? I think it was 2-person co-op actually.
Halo 3?
Halo 3, yeah, because you could play with the Arbiter partner with you.
Yeah, but you were alone most of the time.
If you played like that, they actually had a lot of the cutscenes where the Arbiter was there for a reason.
Yeah, but this is like even if you're playing by yourself.
Well, this is the first one that has like where you're actually interacting with your
and you can give them commands to go places and do things. To me, that made it look like holy shit. What a minute!
Well, I like it. I like that for the fact that it's no longer that they're focusing on the Spartan is the one-man army or whatever like that. They can handle things by themselves, but they're a unit, they're a group.
Yeah,
they fight with an army. They're soldiers. They're not these one man like they are kind of one man killing machines.
Exactly.
But they work better in tandem with each other.
Like that for me was like holy shit. Wait a minute. You mean that I can give that person the command and he can do some shit?
Yeah.
Instead of waiting on the dumbass AI to get killed by the Covenant.
You see the how the Spartan 4s interact, because the Spartan 4 program is a bunch of adults that have
been soldiers from their houses.
and they like how they it's cool how to see how the different Spartans have interacted. Spartan 1s, they were soldiers. It was a very like beginning program. Sergeant Johnson, he was a Spartan 1. Badass in his right, but he was an adult and whatever.
Yeah.
Spartan 2s, kidnapped from their homes, children raised to be soldiers and be the best damn soldiers they can be, to the point where they're sociopathic.
Yeah.
So they're not really much for talking. They're not really much for really anything social. But they get the job done. So I'm kind of curious how to see how Master Chief is going to interact with his other Spartan 2s. That's going to be interesting. We saw it in Reach Spartan 3s.
Yeah.
They were...
Which actually, Reach was the only one where the Spartans were together as a team.
Yeah. Spartan 3s were were teenage year kids who lost their children, who lost their parents to
not 6 years old.
They lost their parents
Glassing
to glassing and stuff like that, and the government was like, or Oni was like, hey guys, we got an offer for you, since you want
exactly.
And so they went through a more safer procedure than the Spartan 2 project, which like killed a lot of kids.
Yeah.
And then Spartan 4s, they were just like, yeah, if you want to be a Spartan, well, sign up and we'll set you up with this newly Spartan program.
But as far as aha moments, I mean, you got HoloLens, you got Halo, and you got the Recore, maybe.
Yeah, the Recore didn't like jump out like,
exactly.
Oh my, it was cool. Don't get me wrong, but it was like, it wasn't like that thing.
Yeah, it wasn't that thing. It wasn't a thing. Now let's get to Sony.
Sony.
Did you say what you thought about?
A B. I give it a B.
Yeah, B.
It's just
Sony.
It's a B.
Yeah. Sony A plus 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 plus. I want to say.
I couldn't give it that high of a score. Being realistic, I give them an A. Just a straight A.
No way.
I give them a straight A.
No way.
Yeah.
I mean,
not really.
We're talking about the conference.
I give them an A minus for the conference.
A minus?
I give them an A minus.
I'm talking about the show that was.
I give them an A minus.
Really?
I give them an A minus.
Okay, just off of Last Guardian alone should have been an A, right?
Yeah, it gives okay. Last Guardian, reasons why. Last Guardian, Final Fantasy, both the Final Fantasies, even the World of Final Fantasy, and Shenmue, them announcing that stuff.
Those moments
were great. They were amazing. They knock you off your feet. They were like delicious.
There are probably 3 Sony press conferences that are like the most memorable of being memorable. There's the press conference that was probably like '96 where they first showed off Metal Gear Solid and like Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah,
like that was like the first time I ever heard about E3.
And you better have Kevin Butler in one of those.
Exactly. Like I said, coming up next is Kevin Butler.
What was this? Just came out there with his speech, and like you're just like, I got gaming.
We love it. Yeah. And then there's the first year of PlayStation 4.
Yeah.
Where this is how you share a game.
Yeah.
Mic drop, walk off stage.
This is how you share a game. This is it.
Yeah. And as far as like moments of just like fan service, like, and when I say conference, and like I said, we're giving these grades on who had the best conference. Mm-hmm. I mean like on sheer just entertainment of, oh my god, I will always know where I was the day that I found out that fucking the remake was being made and Last Guardian being announced and Shenmue 3. Fucking
A minus.
I
give it an A minus because
and then you
those things were cool in their own right. Yes, it was amazing. One's a Kickstarter, which you probably won't see that for a while. Another one, you're going to get more information at the end of this year. And the last one, still, they're like, it's coming next year, but we still want to kind of keep it close to our chest. Those things were exciting, and by all means, they're awesome. Don't get me wrong. But you know the games that I really like want to like look in more because they actually give you a little bit more of the like, what's this? Besides Last Guardian, they're really like, it's like, are you excited now? It's like, yes. Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yeah.
I want to play that one. Cute female lead and robot dinosaurs. Give it to me.
Yeah.
Street Fighter 5. I am not a good Street Fighter player.
My
I'm decent. I'm a decent Street Fighter player.
This is the one.
And I want to give it a go, see how it plays. No Man's Sky. I'm quite interested. I'm more interested than I was before, but it didn't like draw me in like the previous years.
The more the years go on, the less excited.
It didn't draw me in like the previous years. Yeah. It was announced. What was the other one? Batman Arkham Knight. I'm glad they gave a little bit of more of a taste of that.
Yeah.
And Uncharted.
Yeah.
Those games were the ones that like kind of sort of jumped out off the page to me. Like, this is awesome. And the way that they presented everything was really, really well done. But it wasn't like, don't be wrong, the idea of Shenmue and stuff was awesome. The idea of Final Fantasy Remake is amazing. Lord. Like, dear God, it makes you like want to fall off your seat.
Yeah.
But in the long run scheme of things, though, they had the thing that was the most impactful, way more impactful than Microsoft.
Way more.
I still give it that because there have been previous years where I've had stuff like that as well, and then it's just like, there you go. I haven't seen that one where it's just a 10 out of 10, perfect. Like, no, this is like it's a high grade, but not quite there.
This was the bee's knees, if you were to be, for me.
It was good.
The only thing that would have like set this over the top for me, probably the only thing. There's two things that probably could have set over the top for me. If they would have showed a preview of the new Darksiders game that they're working on.
Yep, that would have been interesting.
It would have came out, or like I've said on many other podcasts we've done, Beyond Good and Evil 3. I would have been on the floor
after we get done with this. I'm gonna have to piss in your Cheerios about the Beyond Good and Evil 3. I apologize, but I'm gonna have to.
I'd have been like 911 trying to press the one button and like just dead there, like couldn't make it to it.
It was good, but I have to give it an A-. It wasn't the greatest thing in the world. It was damn good, but it wasn't like it's not A or A+ worthy.
Okay, all right. So that's our grades, but let's talk about now. Even though I gave them an A, this is personally.
Yeah. Well, this is your bias kicking in. Like, I gave my grades based on non-bias. I can't be biased against because both systems have their strengths.
This is my non-bias. My non-bias, like I said, Sony had the better show, hands down.
But see, there's something that smells really bad. It sounds like a butt. Yeah, it sounds like a butt. It smells like a butt too.
But Microsoft had the better content, and they had the better content. And not only did they have the better content, they had games that are coming out this year and like. The game that's coming out for PlayStation, the game that we got the quickest release date for was Street Fighter V, which is coming out March 2016. Mm-hmm. Horizon Dawn Zero, sometime in 2016. Last Guardian, who knows when that's coming out. No Man's Sky, no release date. Dreams, no release date. Firewatch, no release date. World of Final Fantasy, no release date. Like these games are coming out sometime, and as far as exclusives go, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 exclusives, and on the Microsoft side coming out this year, we got. Well, I won't even count that as exclusive because it's not going to be on every system. But we got Gears holiday season. Gears comes out. Gears remake comes out September. Gears 4 comes out holiday 2016. Rare comes out August. Halo comes out November.
The Rare thing is a service, I thought, not a game.
No, the Rare thing is a game.
I thought it was a service.
It's a game, 30 games, $30. It's an actual disc-based game.
Really?
Yep. Backwards compatibility drops right now. Sea of Thieves didn't have a release date. Elite Dangerous is out right now. Fable Legends drops by the end of this year. The Division beta, which is not exclusive, that's November 10th. And they didn't even bring out Crackdown, Quantum Break, and Scalebound, which were the highlights of last year, which would be at the Germany show.
Gamescom.
Yeah, Gamescom. So if I'm just going on exclusive content, things that we know that are tangible that are coming for PlayStation, I got Horizon Zero Dawn, which I really want to play. Last Guardians, interested. Uncharted, system seller. No Man's Sky, have no idea. Street Fighter V, system stellar. Dreams, Firewatch, World of Final Fantasy, and then you had the Final Fantasy remake, which wasn't even a system exclusive, which I was like, what? So I'm saying if I go on content and things that I'm excited to play and things that are going to Recore, the Kieja Inafune game is coming out spring 2016. The D-pad controller, which was big for me, like I said, Sea of Thieves, Fable Legends, the new Rare game Sea of Thieves, Forza September 15th. Like a lot of the games that came out for Xbox and a lot of the content they were showing were a lot of exclusivity games, with more games coming out this year. All the PlayStation games I gotta wait till late 2016.
Done?
So are
you done?
No, I got one thing to say. So I say all that to say there was more content with Xbox, and also with there being more content, the games that were coming out that were exclusive, meaning not coming out for both systems, I'm not even gonna get them until Christmas next year. So anyways, yeah, that was my show. But I think as far as presentation, as far as a show goes, the PlayStation had the best show E3 conference I've ever seen ever.
Looking at how the two companies go, I still would give it to Sony. Not for bias reason or anything like that. Though you're right. You are absolutely right with exclusive content and the backwards compatibility thing. That's really like big heavy hitter. And their games that they are having are coming out relatively soon.
Yeah.
The way that Microsoft is always, a little even more so now, which is kind of weird, how they do their E3 shows is they put all the cards on the table right in front of you and say, this is what we got. Here you go. Sony... What's that?
Comfy.
Yeah. And it's hurt them in the past because they'll have hiccups or they'll have something go a little off the rails for them. It's just, it does happen like that, does it not?
Yeah.
Okay. Sony, on the other hand, is exact opposite. They keep their cards really fucking close to their chest. They fucking are like, here's this, and here's this. And they have this other, like, giant hand of cards and you're like, what the fuck is all that? Like, oh, no, don't worry, these are for us to worry about right now. And those are probably those titles that you will see coming soon or whatnot. They don't ever put their hands out on the table because they don't want to give all away. They want to get you excited for stuff that's coming in the future, like the innovation things. Like, this stuff's coming. Get ready for this because we're working on it now. We're letting you know now, so when that time comes, we can let you know about other stuff that we're working on for even farther on.
Yeah.
They use E3 as kind of like a launching platform to get a feel for the fans. Mm-hmm. Where it seems like Microsoft does it more to sell. They do it more to sell you immediately what's coming out like right now, not stuff that's like possibly coming out like maybe like 2 years out. Sony focuses not only on the present, but they focus on the future as well, like pushing out a little bit distance where Microsoft just seems more nearsighted, in my opinion. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I have absolutely no problem admitting I'm wrong. Mm-hmm. But for the most part, that's how they run things. Microsoft has done a lot better with their marketing. They've done a lot better with marketing their brand. They've done a lot better with talking about their games. They've done a lot better with talking about their exclusives. Yes, their ID at Xbox is amazing, and they're surprising me with a lot of their independent IPs
and the early access.
And the early accesses and stuff like that. They're really surprising me with that. Sony has been doing that for a while now, so it's kind of like
it's like no brainer.
It's like for them they're like
they
can literally go like we've been doing that already.
That's why it was no reason for me to even I didn't even mention that.
They've been doing it because
Sony's been living off of that.
Yeah, for them, E3 is not a place which this is what what E3 is supposed to be, electronic entertainment expo. It's supposed to be a place where these people show off innovation. Mm-hmm. Like most of the expos are supposed to be, not showing off their hand of what's coming out right now because it just makes people wonder, what are you working on?
I agree. In the same token, though, from now until March of next year.
And then what? That's the thing.
But I'm saying, as far
you're right. Like I said, you're right. You have that list, and you can tell me all the stuff that's coming out like immediately.
This is what I'm saying. Like, why I would say the content was better.
Content, when it comes to content, because it's in your face right there, right now. But with Sony, because their stuff is so like mysterious, it's creepily mysterious, and it's weird how even with the hiccup from last year, they picked Steam back up. Like, Microsoft is having to build up Steam from years of fucking up with their marketing stuff. They have to like. I just told you, Xbox when we're off the air. I guess.
Yeah.
Could this be considered?
It's air.
Air. I'm on the air.
It's off the air. Yeah.
Xbox was marketed poorly. That's why it didn't do as successful as it originally was planned to do. Xbox 360.
For the Xbox One, yeah.
Xbox 360, same thing. It was marketed poorly. It did successfully. It's surprising. I think even Microsoft was like, holy shit, this fucking worked?
I think it was because PlayStation was marketed even. It was more PlayStation's fuck up than Microsoft's.
Yeah.
Much like this time around, it was more Microsoft's fuck up than PlayStation's.
Exactly. Yeah. So they're having to make up. Well, but PlayStation's been in the game for a while. They kind of have a better feel with stuff, and they were touring around with Nintendo, who's been in the game for a long time before they even jumped into the freaking thing. Yeah. They were touring around with Nintendo. Philips was touring around with Nintendo. And Philips tried and died. In the gaming world, they died. They still make stuff.
They make DVDs.
Yeah.
Players.
But Sony they kind of know how to read the stuff a little bit better, and they know, like, yeah, we can get you excited about all this stuff that's coming out like right in front of your face and stuff like that. But one little fuck up in those release dates or something like that, then you just told somebody something that's coming out here really soon that now you're gonna have development issues. Where Microsoft does that, where Sony's kind of like, well, we'll tell you on stuff that's coming like farther down the line. We'll give you a little bit of trickle stuff that you kind of might know is coming out, or some stuff that is going to be coming out relatively soon that you know about, and then the rest of the stuff we'll kind of keep close to our chest. So when we do release it, it's a little bit whatever.
Yeah, I mean, and also as the console in the lead,
yeah,
you have the
luxury,
the leeway and the luxury to do that. I think as the console behind, Microsoft is doing exactly what it needs to do to stand a fighting chance, because like if you have these
well, when you have your own company kind of like say like, yeah, we've lost this,
I mean, it's true shit. I mean 11 mil to 5 mil is so what I think Microsoft did and what I think they're doing is like, what is the, like, where can you work like, okay, there's third party games coming out, but third party games come out on every system. So it's like, where can we work? Well, we have this huge gap between now and March where we can do something, right?
But if you notice, a lot of their titles are still going to be released during the holiday season of this year.
But there's no competition in the holiday season of this year.
Most of those are with PlayStation, because, like I said, they keep their freaking cards close to the chest. It's a different business. It's different business tactics for both of them, and they do well where their positions are, because, like you just said, Microsoft has to kind of pick up the pace,
from the back. And they're fighting from the back.
They have to from a business standpoint where they're at. They kind of got to focus on the here and now, because if they don't focus on the here and now, they're going to fail later, which they've already kind of failing.
What will be interesting to see,
where Sony has to focus a little bit more down the line, because they're okay.
They got a lead. Yeah. What'll be interesting to see, to hold true to your hypothesis, is what Christmas 2015 looks like.
Yes, that will actually. That's the thing.
But it's like, with all the Batmans and the all this other shit coming out, like, will PlayStation fans even care? You understand? Like,
care about
exclusivity or anything like that. Like, cause you're gonna. I mean, we're gonna have fucking Christmas, like November, December.
Well,
November, October, December is gonna be packed with games.
Look at
third party launch.
Once again, look at the focus on the games and the content they showed it. The E3 press conference, as well as the games that they have on the show that they didn't talk about the press conference. Microsoft is exclusivity. You have to play this on this system. Don't you like it? Or Sony's like, well, we've made deals with these people. It's going to be on every system, but you get the better sweet pot here. So if you want to play it on the Xbox, by all means, go play it on the Xbox. Have yourself some fun.
I mean, they flip flop basically. With two companies.
Have yourself some fun. But just to let you know, if you want the better content, you want the more content, you got to come to us to play it.
Exactly. So,
and then their exclusives, they're like, oh yeah, look how shiny and pretty this is. Look how awesome this is. Boom, and walk away.
But this is what I'm saying is, will those exclusives be there?
I
don't think they're gonna be. There's none that I've seen. Like, I don't think their exclusives are going to be there. I don't think they have to be there.
Also,
this is what I'm saying. I don't think that they have to be there.
Right.
But I'm saying, like, I think this holiday season coming up, you're not gonna have the order.
No.
Like it's just gonna. Like, I think that PlayStation is gonna live and die with third party content this Christmas.
Yeah.
Microsoft is gonna inundate with first party content this Christmas, along with the third party content. But what I'm saying is, I don't think that the first party content is gonna be there for PlayStation, and I don't think they actually care that it's gonna be there.
Do they really have to? They have no, not even the fact of the lead thing and stuff like that. They have such a good rapport with the third-party companies that they can do stuff like be like, yeah, put it on their system too. That's fine. We're just gonna help you out and just give us a little bit of.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying, but it's probably not that good.
Yeah. Well, I get what you're saying. I understand what you're saying.
Like,
I'm putting like very, very like kind of for lack of better words, dumbed down.
I get it. I definitely get it.
But they're essentially that's what they're doing. They're focusing on the fact that they have this rapport. They've built this rapport for years and stuff like that with these people who want to just release these games.
But like I said, it's flipped the script because around this time, last generation, it was Microsoft. But what I'm saying is that because it's Microsoft's time, if Microsoft waits for Sony to build all their ducks and then try to like launch their shit alongside theirs,
they're not going to do it that way.
Exactly.
It's a different business mentality because you're going to remember also Japanese company, American company.
so since this now to March is agreed by both of us is Xbox's time to work to put in their exclusive,
and they cannot afford to fuck up.
Exactly.
That's the problem with that. It's kind of like it's a death blossom. They kind of are putting all their cards on the thing, and they're showing their hand. If they fuck up, they've got. It's kind of like, well, fuck. Play me off, Johnny.
Which bringing it back around is the reason why I said they had the better showing of content.
Showing of content because they have to.
Exactly.
For showing of content,
I'm saying Xbox this E3 did what they had to do.
Showing of content, still they're a little comparable to me. They're comparable. Comparable. Say the right word, right, Will. They're very comparable to me. Because they hit the points in different ways. I can't lean more towards if you want to go based on the amount of stuff that's shown, then yes, I will say that Microsoft has a slight edge. They do. They have a slight edge there. So, but all in all, there's kind of like, well, one company's kind of.
Who had the best show?
Yeah,
it was definitely Sony.
One side is like all was showing their hand. The other one's kind of like, we got some other stuff in the work, but this is stuff you need to focus on right now. So get ready for it.
So like I said, what the interesting thing will be the interesting telling point will be what.
So
exclusively,
what's the tiebreaker then?
This 15, huh?
What's the tiebreaker? Content and show. What would like one the other?
I mean, whoever wins the show wins it all. In my opinion, and in the public opinion, even more so, I think the public perception will be, and rightfully so.
So you're saying that Sony won?
Yeah.
Okay, and I'm not saying this because you're the Microsoft fanboy, quote unquote. I'm saying this because you made a deal. I think it was last show or the show before last, where you basically said that whoever won, you picked your Microsoft side. We get Five Guys. So I get some Five Guys.
Get some Five Guys.
Yeah, fuck
definitely,
yeah. This is just for me.
Definitely.
That's all I wanted. I want some fucking Five Guys. I was sitting there like. I was getting my truck earlier, and I was like, "Holy shit! I get Five Guys if I win." I hope he agrees with me that I win.
I do agree because the public
I would have bought Five Guys.
Yeah.
Five Guys. If
public perception is everything, and I think that Sony, they fucking knocked it out the park, man. Like
it's just in the way that they handle things, and they've always handled things in a really, really kind of like.
I mean, but I feel
guarded way.
But I feel like, in the same way that Microsoft is up against, they're backed up against the corner, and they did exactly what they had to do. The way Sony won this E3 was by doing exactly what they had to do to win this E3. Because prior to this, I mean, they admitted that their fall was this fall.
Yeah.
That their fall lineup is scarce.
Yes.
They say that we're just going to rely on third party support and everything like that. They've outly admitted this and which is the reason why. What's the story a couple months ago when they were like, yeah, every first party developer studio, we told them to drop everything, and you're now making PlayStation 4 games.
Yeah.
Remember this?
Yeah.
So like a lot of the games that'll be coming on the pipeline in the next 2 years, like in the next 2 years we're going to have nothing but games. You know what I'm saying? But for this intermediate time, there's more ducks in Microsoft's row than Sony's.
The thing with Sony right now is, like I've said, like I'm saying multiple times, I said that they have a good rapport with the third party and stuff like that they can do A, B, and C. Microsoft does have a very similar thing, but their focus is on the type of games that they produce are different. So where shooters are mainly a Western type thing.
Yeah.
So their shooters and stuff like that, Microsoft will sell heavily with the shooters, really well, and racing games and stuff like that. Racing games are a little bit more spread out. Across
I think
the
racing
world.
games are a little bit more everywhere.
But then you have.
Although I did see some Turismo on the show floor.
Yeah, Turismo. Turismo's got the problem with Turismo. Turismo's got a lot of ground to catch up to Forza.
I mean, but the thing about Turismo is we might not see that Turismo for another 4 or 5 years. You know what I'm saying?
Well, like I said, Forza has basically put its foot into the simulation racing game and was just like, "Fuck you guys, we own this."
And but what I'm excited about Turismo is that now that they have some competition,
they can actually.
What will they do to innovate? You know
exactly.
What I'm saying? So that's what I'm excited to see about that.
Sony's focus is more on like the RPGs and like the every game. So when it comes to like the worldwide thing, they'll hit a lot heavier. In America, they might not do as strong, but for like
always,
but for like the RPGs and stuff like that, worldwide, they're gonna sell like fucking crazy.
Gangbusters.
The third party support is really important, which Nintendo, even though they're really successful and can like maintaining themselves being a first party company, because they
there's nobody that's more first party than Nintendo.
Yeah, because they don't do the third party thing.
Not on new IPs though.
Yeah, well, not on new IPs. The thing about Sony is they've realized that they kind of that relying on third party stuff is really important. Look at the point I was getting to, and then was look at all these Kickstarters that are being started up by these people. Indie developers and the third party companies want to work on stuff that the big companies kind of sort of like squander and squash them, because the big companies have their titles.
That's a good idea.
Big companies have their titles.
We need something that's more Journey.
Exactly. They have their titles that are focused on these samey IPs and stuff like that, and they have to rely on the third party. Sony knows this. Sony's like, well, fuck. We have God of War. We have Uncharted. We have whatever other game out there. Friggin' the entire like Journey, not Journey. Shadow of the Colossus Eco series guys and stuff like that.
Not to interrupt you, but like I was kind of what the fuck on the whole exclusive thing for Lara Croft and Tomb Raider and everything until I saw the Uncharted 4 trailer.
There you go.
And then the next day, everybody was like, "Oh man, Uncharted 4, Tomb Raider, Uncharted 4, Tomb Raider." And even though that I'm like, damn, Microsoft sometimes is pretty fucking smart.
They had to do it because
because they don't have
nothing comparable to Tomb Raider but Uncharted.
That feels Spencer, man. He's a smart guy. Gotta say.
But there are game developers that want to make things, and the only way they can make things is either get crowdfunded, which a lot of these old school developers that can't work on the stuff that they want to work on that they know people will buy, and the company's like, no, I admire the companies do it for the innovation to try, but they do it for not for the innovation of innovation's sake. They do it for the innovation of how much money I can rake into my pockets. Where these people, these like developers like Infune and Iga and what's the other dude who's doing the dude who's doing Shenmue, Suzuki, Yu Suzuki.
Yeah.
They want to make these games. And they know that they can make these games really well, number one. Number two, they can upgrade and advance and even evolve the game beyond what the predecessors were. They're making, what is Bloodstain? Castlevania. What is Mighty Number 9? Fucking Mega Man. Yeah. And Shenmue.
There is nothing like Shenmue. Yeah.
I mean, these games are...
In all due respect, they've made these games a couple of, 100 years ago.
Yeah,
it's just what they were limited to do to get out the door.
Well, the thing is, people want to see these games, and the bigger companies don't want to do it because they're like, well, we want to try to shove something else down somebody's throat. And if it was innovation for innovation's sake to make things better or really improve stuff, it'd be awesome. I want new IPs. I really do want new IPs. But
this is the time we're gonna get them.
Yeah,
this is the only time we're gonna get them. Actually,
do not spit on the legacy that you've already created just for the sake of creating something new. Build off of the new thing. Use it as a foundation. And that's one thing that I think that the gaming industry is forgetting.
But
I see all these mobile games and stuff come out. Don't get me wrong. I personally, I'm not a mobile game guy. It's just there's some really cool stuff for mobile games that I've played and stuff in the past. So I'm not gonna say I'm all filthy casual with your mobile game. No. The way that they're approaching mobile games and the market is literally they're trying to snuff out, and this is how I'm taking it. I could be wrong, and once again, like I've said many times before, and I'll continue saying, if I'm wrong, I will gladly admit that I'm wrong. But from what it seems like, it's like they're trying to snuff out the old school gaming.
But the old school gaming, to that extent, was at one time oversaturated. I mean, let's think about it. Before we got the shooters, and shooters are way oversaturated. But before we got shooters that were oversaturated, there was a Mega Man clone every week.
Platformers, more platformers.
Vector Man.
Yeah. Which I kind of want to play Vector Man.
Vector Man was awesome.
I saw a freaking Vector Man thing.
Vector Man.
And the freaking music. I was like, holy shit! The music for this was
Earthworm
amazing.
Jim, Judge Dredd. I can go on with the clones of games. Yeah. It was just the market was oversaturated. So the fact that they try to bring these new old IPs back, I think the public always shows what it wants. Public always wins, right? And I think that these crowdfunded accomplishments. I want to see a new Mega Man, but I'm happy that I'm getting Mighty Number 9
because it's
new, but it's old.
Because of the fact that the innovation has forced it to become something different.
Exactly.
Because I
feel like if I would have got another Mega Man X, I would have got another Dr. Riley, Roll, everything. The fact that I'm getting something new,
it's a good thing that they've done it that way.
Yeah.
But it's a bad thing because they have to.
It's a bad thing that they had to come to this.
Exactly.
We had to basically outcast this type of thing to the fact.
I can't wait to see what.
Because it's going one day shooters is going to get outcast, and then they're gonna be we want to make another Call of Duty shooter, and it's nobody likes that anymore. We I don't know, whatever the pop game is.
This oversaturation is bad. I can't, on the side note.
Fighters never get oversaturated.
Yeah, because there's not that big of an audience for fighters, sad to say, because it literally goes back into competition. Side note that you just made. Hideo Kojima, when he goes off and do his thing.
Wherever he goes.
Dear fucking God. Anyways,
can I just give him the money now? Yeah, can I just give him the money now?
Here's everything.
It's like you don't even know what I'm gonna make. It doesn't really matter.
Like, just take it.
Can you just take the money and
make
start working
on it? Just make a zone of the Ender clones. No more Metal Gear clones.
I don't even care what you make. Just here. I won't even buy it. Just here's the money to make it.
Oversaturation is bad. Oversaturation is bad, and it causes growth that is not really unnatural. For the most part, it's unnatural because there's no flow and ebb. There's just a flow or there's just an ebb. This is just a flow, so it's just constant like overflow of stuff. So there's no like anything to squander it back until like a new generation comes, and that's just that's
where we're at now.
That goes into
oh my gosh
outside of
so you guys had games like this all the time? Okay,
yeah,
it's pretty cool, I guess.
That goes outside of game. Oh, I can't watch teens react to things because it just makes me angry. Not for the fact that it makes me feel old, because I don't fucking care about that. It's for the fact that it's like you guys don't even do any like study of the things that you like and see where they come from. I watched a few minutes of teens react to playing NES games, and Macy Williams.
That is so funny though.
Macy Williams was on there. She's the Anya Stark from Game of Thrones. I don't watch Game of Thrones, but she's she's the little girl from Game of Thrones. She's like doesn't know what is this a cassette player? Like all the kids are like naming this thing like it looks like a brick. Like I'm like, this is like the foundation of the Call of Duties and the whatever games that you might play now. They were like, what's like, do you know like the top selling games? Like Mario? They're like, oh, I know Mario. Legend of Zelda. They were like, I don't know. Like a couple kids were like, yeah, we fucking know Zelda. And the rest of them were like, I don't know. Like, is that the one with the blue guy with the long hair?
It's Sonic, you dumbass.
She's like, that's Sonic. She's like, oh, ha, ha, ha. I'm like that. Made me so mad. I'm bunny trailing. I was saying that to kind of was on the same point. The oversaturation is a bad thing for the fact that there's no flow and ebb.
Yeah.
The oversaturation makes it where these things become obsolete or they become just kind of like and they get sickening, so they got to find the next thing because people get tired of things real quick.
But it's not for everything either, because I mean XCOM is a perfect example of a natural flow and ebb that that's coming back around. Do you know what I mean? To a new generation of people who like that type of game.
But just talking about oversaturation.
Oh man, crazy.
Platformers were that one time. Shooters were that at one time. And really, it's only been platformers and shooters because gaming has not been around that long. Mm-hmm. Gaming has been around for basically
30
about 30 years.
30 years.
So that's not a long time.
Yeah.
That's actually like a breath.
A lifetime.
It's not even a lifetime.
I'd say it's been around 30 years would be the equivalent of one lifetime.
No, I can't even get if we go based on the human average human lifespan, 75, 80 years. It's not even a lifetime. It's like it's a life sentence. It's a life sentence.
It's a life sentence.
It's a portion of a lifetime, and it's a very small portion of a lifetime. It's a third. Let's say it's about a third of a lifetime, a little bit over a third of a lifetime. Though that's the case, the oversaturation has made it where we don't want to build on the foundation of the thing that has become tiring, which is bad. Shooters have gotten tiring for me, but that does not mean that we should not build on those shooters.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Platformers. I enjoy platformers because it's nostalgia, but it was at one time every game out there was
it was a
goddamn platformer. Built off of that, and for the most part, it's kind of interesting seeing like shooters are now become more of the saturated genre. In America, I should say. In America.
When at one point it was like you had like one shooter.
Yeah, because it was a purely American thing. But now, due to the fact that shooters have become more of an oversaturation thing in gaming, look at the innovations with platformers.
Yeah.
Look at how platformers have changed so much. It's a good thing, but we need to find a way to make it where the innovation of making something new, building off of the foundation of previous games, is natural, not something that has to be forced into existence.
And like I said, it's not in every game that is happening. I mean, like,
oh no.
I mean, there are shooters that are becoming extremely more mobile now.
Yeah.
where you were able to jump over shit, and
I feel
Mirror's Edge.
Yeah, I feel bad. Where she will not be using guns. She does not pick up a single gun in that game. She's just running and beating the shit out of people.
Nice.
So I'm like, yes. Because of those innovations through the shooting and stuff like that, it's for a first person perspective, it's really changed a lot of things. But even in saying that, I want to see it where it's not something that has to be kind of like jammed down your throat like so much. I feel bad that I have to look at Doom at the Bethesda conference and go, holy fucking shit, I would love to play this because it reminds me of old school games and stuff like that. Just more polished and has a lot more content. I felt that way about freaking Wolfenstein. The new Wolfenstein, the New Order.
Yeah.
Dear God. I was like, oh my God, I can carry any gun in the world. I have health packs, and I can dual wield freaking semi-automatic shotguns that blow the legs off people. Like,
it's a video game.
It's like, take me back to gaming where it wasn't this huge, super serious thing. Take me when it was more about the heart. That's the one thing that I do miss about gaming. Is it naturally flowed. It didn't just have to force itself to become something new for the sake of, if we don't, we'll die.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I do discern.
I apologize.
Yeah.
I went on.
I mean, you did get on your soapbox for a minute. You did get on your soapbox for a minute.
It's just in my heart, man.
But at the same time, it's E3.
Yeah.
It's the time when this all comes back up. It's like, and the hope for a better gaming future.
It's kind of weird. I feel my face now. I was sitting there talking. I was just like serious, like in the zone, just like not smiling at nothing. And I'll just come back to it and I'm just like, and it's just like, it's done.
But this is the time of year that we all get hopeful about games again. You know what I mean? And then we go throughout the year. So like I said, we're gonna have to do another bet pretty soon about that what holiday season 2015 is gonna be like.
All other games that they're actually showing on the game room floor and stuff too.
Yeah.
Hopefully we were trying to get.
Well, we're gonna get a even better. I think Sony said they're going to the Italy show or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And Xbox will be able to show more stuff at the. I think they're going to the Tokyo Game Show and they're going to the Germany show, and they're going to be showing different stuff in each show.
Yep.
So
we'll see more.
It's not over.
No, it's not over.
So we got to see what's going
on. Next time we talk, we're gonna have to get the half-ass guys on here.
Definitely.
I feel bad. We're trying to get them here tonight to talk with us because the two horsemen. It's been the two horsemen for a while.
Since the gaming tournament, basically.
Yeah, it's been.
Well, Tony would have been here tonight. Tony would have been here tonight, but he got called in to overnight shift.
Yeah. So.
John, I don't know what the fuck's up with John.
Well, like it's become the two horsemen for right now. I mean,
we do need a third.
I'm Pestilence. I'm not a big fan of Pestilence.
Yeah.
But, it
we're
works.
going to steal one a little bit.
Yeah.
Next month though we do have some stuff coming up. So.
Oh yeah. We got to talk about that. Off the show.
Yeah, off the show.
But hopefully for a show, hopefully soon, like within the next few weeks soon. Hopefully within the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, but this is E3, so it was like.
Yeah, we can have the half-ass guys. My shouts out to Miko. She had some dental work done, and wish you the best of health and get well and whatnot. We love you, girl.
I'm just waiting to play Dreams so I can draw penises. Until next time, this is Red K.
God damn it.
Lone Wolf.
I got nothing. I was like, think of something witty to say. Nothing. We're in the show.
Still got time. By the time it's E3 still going on, enjoy the games. We got some more fight. Oh my God, Street Fighter 5. The fighting game show's coming up soon. Be good, be safe, man. If you can't be good, you know what it is. Don't get caught. Wollie Mopped Gaming, we out.
Because video games.
Best kept secret.